Yeah, I think, you know, it was an amazing experience to work on this thing. And we had, the production team was just, well, Carol Spear was a production designer. I don't know how anyone makes a movie without Carol Spear.
Right.
And Greg Middleton is a cinematographer, and Greg is just like a delicious guy, and the thing looks beautiful. And it was really fun to pull all of these people together and then say, here's what I kind of have in my head.
Right.
And then we'd slowly start to sort it out and struggle like hell. And at one point our budget was absolutely out of control, and trying to bring it down was brutal, and I had to go beat every department. You got to lose this, we got to lose this, we got to lose this. And then slowly, you know, it starts to come together. But I have never experienced I've never had a feeling like that shooting. The enthusiasm of everyone coming to set, and the battlefield stuff was grisly to do. I've never been in conditions like that, ever, and hope never to repeat it. But it's one of the great things about this business and the privilege of this job, and why I partly like it for all of its other problems and stupidities. But every so often you get that sniff, very complete body, tactile, fragmentary sense of, this is what that life was like. Right. And it's really complete. And for just 1 second, 1 or 2 seconds every day, I'd get it in the battlefield. And it made me understand my grandfather a little bit better, and what it was for those men. Because, you know, we'd be complaining after about 5 hours, freezing cold, stuck in mud. It's covered, you know, it's rained we had rain towers going all the time. And we'd start complaining. And I'd think to myself, well, they experienced this and then some.
For years.
And people were shooting at them. Like, we're sort of pussies. We get out of here, we get warm, you know.
Well,
and my respect for those men was large to start with, but it's just immeasurably increased now, and I just don't know what breed of guy it was that could survive it. So it says something about where we come from.
And on some levels, this film will be used as an educational tool as well, right? Yeah,
we have this plan, which has now gotten much larger than when I first started thinking about it. But it occurred to me that it would make sense that we have a kind of educational initiative running alongside of it. That's partly because I have two kids who were both going through First World War units, and they're 4 years apart in school, and there really is no sort of way in for kids, and the websites are peculiar, and the study units are odd. And I thought, you know, history is hard, I think. If you're not gripped by a grandfather who tells you a story, it feels as though there's a lot of mothballs between you and the event. Right. And so it feels kind of irrelevant. And I thought it'd be great if we had something where high school kids could watch this and think, hey, that's neat, and then, you know, ease their way into it. But I think we have to be really mindful of how do you get people to come to to the cinema to watch you? And I just always think, if we spend this much time thinking about, working on, slaving over, being frustrated by, finally finishing a movie, I want as many people as possible to come and see it. And somebody said to me years ago that like, selling a movie in Canada is that you got to put it in the back of the trunk of your car and drive it to every town. So I got a picture, $5, come see it. And it is kind of true. You know, you really have to work very hard to get it in through the din of things. And one of the ways to do that is to get kids interested. And to become part of this business. I always get worried slightly when we have these downturns, particularly in the television business, because it then affects film. But it's kind of the canary in the cultural coal mine, I think. And when the TV business turns down, we lose crew. Right. Yeah. And you really need them. Like, you actually need great technicians at all levels. And
they're here. We have them.
The crew that I had on Passchendaele is the best crew I've ever worked with.
Were they an Albertan crew? Or?
They were, well, there was sort of some from here, but a lot of them Albertan. And they're just spectacular. Yeah.